Okay, thank you so much, and thank you everyone. Welcome to this session. So, in this session, we are going to talk about how we can build inspiring and engaging experiences in SharePoint in terms of intranet with the SharePoint framework and whatever the tools available from the Microsoft, the PnPjs team, how we can utilize them and build awesome interfaces as a part of custom development that we are going to see that one. And this is also a part of a project that I have submitted for the SharePoint Hackathon 2025. So just FYI, this is not for any real client. This is something that I built a realistic client, taking in mind that we have the NPO and NGO kind of thing. So for this, I have built this one. So before starting this, just quick about me. So I'm Swami. I'm a SharePoint and a Power Platform developer based in India. So you can find me on LinkedIn. I have also put my usernames, and all these usernames are same for all the social platforms. I also make a YouTube contents on SharePoint Framework, Microsoft Copilot, and Power Platform. Then let's talk about the agenda. So the first, we'll see the quick intro to the project. Then we are going to take a look at what are the possibilities with SPFx and SharePoint, overview of the custom web path that I have created for this demo, and we'll directly jump into the SharePoint site that I have created. So the project intro was this internet was built as a part of the NGO organization. It is designed to promote eco-awareness. So basically, it's kind of engagement as part of internet. You want your users to engage with it, right? Then recognize efforts within the organization, because if you are building internet, there is two-way talking. You are right, because that's not a one-way thing. You should share the information with people and people interact with it, and also encourage people to participate. So how we can encourage them in terms of, we have the events, we can ask them to join that one. Then we also have the feedback kind of thing. That way people can directly engage with your intranets. Then what are the possibilities with SPFx? Because you already know there are lots of tools available from Microsoft. We call them out of the box web parts. But in terms of SPFx, it enables us the fully customizable UI component that we can design it in our own way. We can use any third-party library. We can add animations. We can add user experience magics to it. It also integrate with the Microsoft Graph API, because a Graph API is something that user have the access. Like, it's run behalf of the context of the user. So using the Graph API, you can build a web parts that can be fully customizable and personalized to the user. You can show their events from their Outlook. You can show their emails. What are the tasks from the planner? You can show it on the web part. Reusability and personalization is something really important here, because as part of the custom component, you should have all the access to whoever the authorized person was. So using property pane, users can easily manage to change the property of our web parts. And also we can add a little bit of magic of the AI. So you can use the ChatGPT API or any Google Gemini API to integrate with it SPFX. So this part also I'm going to show you like how I created a web part using the AI for one web section. These are the web parts that I have built. So these are just the list, and we can directly jump into the demo. So you can see we have the banner, the component, key resources. So basically those are the quick links, latest news and initiative. Obviously, every organization have them for employees. So you should always have the news and initiative to share with your employees. Then events are something like currently happening in the organizations. Then there are some forms. Then champions of change is something to have the component where people can share their kudos, appreciations to their peoples. Ideas pool is something where employees will suggest their idea if they would like to have something done in the organization. They have any idea regarding any process, they can share it there and user can upload there. Just basically like a Stack Overflow, we have the question, we have the answers, users can upload it, and based on that the idea will go up top and bottom. Then we have the metrics. So this is the simple kind of thing where we can just show like the metrics kind of thing. Then feedback is something really important, because it is not the thing like you built an internet and that you are going to use in a lifetime. That's not the case. You have to get the real feedback from the users who are actually using it. You have to work on them, and then you can improve it. And then we can just go into the demo. So this is the homepage that I have built. So basically, as you can see, all the components are here. As FYI, like whatever the components I'm using here, the backend is completely a SharePoint list and the graph API basically. Except this, I did not use anything here. So here, as you can see, this is the banner component where we can show the important information we can share on to an employee. If there is any major updates or notice you would like to share, you can have this kind of view. To make it more user experience and UI kind of thing, you have seen that I did not use the images practically. I use the illustrations kind of thing. So that gives a basically a rich and cool format for this. Then we have the key resources. So as you can see, these are the nothing but the quick links. But yes, we can. This is a fully customized, and we have our own UI where we have some glassy interface kind of thing. And when we hover over them, those are the little bit of animation that I have added. Then we have the latest news and initiatives. So basically, these are the news component. Data is from the SharePoint list, and whatever the information is here, like the title of the news, image of it, and the information, I have added in a SharePoint list. So on the user interface, user will see the read more button. When they click on it, that will be tagged to the news. Also, I'm showing the timer. So this is a part of user experience kind of thing, because whenever you see any lots of news article, there are timer like how much time you will need to require to read the news, right? In the MS Learn article as also, you have the timeline at the top. So that kind of thing I have managed to put here. So based on the words, it will auto calculate dynamically. Also, in terms of user engagement, what I did is every news article, there is an option where user can like and unlike it. So as I can click here, then the count will increase, and if I dislike it, the count will decrease. So basically, this is for all the users. We'll have this carousel kind of thing. So where the title stays on the left, and this section only changes. Then we have the upcoming eco events. So this is the events web part I have built, where you can see everything in a one place. So categories. So user can directly filter out all the events using these categories. They have the calendar in this place only, so they don't have to go to any other page to filter it out. So I can, by default, it will be a 14 days. So from today's date to next 14 days, the days will be selected, and according to that, this event will appear here. If they would like to change the date, they can just change it, and the data will format accordingly. Also, they can choose a specific category they would like to show this. Also, this is in the SharePoint list, but what if user wants to attend this or make a RSVP to this? So what I did is integrated a graph API. So where users can click on the add to calendar button, and this event will directly add it to their Outlook calendar, where they can directly see that. Then we have the form section. Basically, forms are important documents, we can say. In terms of the NP organization, there are lots of volunteer activities taking place. There are lots of events we have and the opportunities. So basically, this we are taking it from the document library, and we have the form title, redirect URL that will take you to directly that form, and the description of the form. Champions of Change is employee appreciation platform, where I have just added a employee details here, where we can see the person name and whatever the message that we have gave to them, it will be shown here. Also, in terms of engagement, people can react to it. Currently, I've added just one reaction here, but yes, we can have it multiple one, where user can just like or unlike that one. Then we have the ideas pool. So this is the place where people can submit their ideas. So as I told you, like this is the platform where user can actually interact with your intranet. So if they have any idea, they can just submit their idea, and that will start appearing right here. Other people will also show like what is the idea that shared by other people, and they can just upvote it. So as you can see, this is the data that I have added. But yes, this is something like people can also see if there are multiple people are submitting their ideas, and we can upvote it using this one. If I click on it, the mark will goes, and based on the count, it will auto shuffle the sequence. So as you can see, the most upvoted idea will be on left, and going on so far to the up to right. Now, brain tips is something like just a few notice we can say, where I have just added in terms of the environmental conservation. These are the tips that I have added. Metrics, as we saw, this is something like tree planted in here, then water saved. This can be anything. This is completely customizable from property pen. So there are currently 3 but yes, we can plan a carousel to have a multiple metrics to show here. Then we have the feedback. Now this is the place where people can actually submit their feedback regarding the intranet experience. So anyone can submit their feedback and that will right away send an email, or we can add it in a SharePoint list. Then there's a section called mission and vision. Now this is something every organization have on their website, but not every employee will know it. So what we can do, that's an idea, like we can just integrate in our intranet so that people will know like what is our mission and vision and what's the goal of the company going forward. And we have the meet our eco champions. So this is nothing but meet the team actually. And here, as you can see, we have the out of the box one, the people picker component, just to redesign in something demoable way to match the theme with the existing intranet, where we have the image of the person, name, and their job title. So currently I have taken multiple columns in a list, but yes, in our in the real internet case, we can just have a people picker to automatically fetch the data from the Azure Ready. Now, the last one is about what our user thinks about internet. Now, as you can see, this analyzing part. So actually there was an issue in the API. So that's why it's not loading, but I'll just give a heads up here. So what I did is use the Google Gemini API here to, when users submit the feedback, it will goes into SharePoint list. Now, what if we want to show the feedback, like what other people think about internet, because there's not a case like there will be only positive feedback. There are some improvement always, right? So just people can say mixed feedback, and Google Gemini key, what it will do, it will just fetch the data, like 14 days data, we can pass it to it and just ask him to summarize it. But obviously, this is completely depend on your organization policies, because there are some risks, as you can, as you know. But just to show how we can build a AI or use the AI in our internet, this is something what we can do. Now, as you can see, like this is a completely different web parts I have built in the SPFx, and whatever the functions and whatever the theme I use, completely in CSS and little bit of ChatGPT, obviously. And this is something I wanted to show you and submitted for my SharePoint hackathon entry. So if you have any questions in between, you can just drop it in the chat, and I'll happy to answer that after this session.